Good morning, beautiful people. So I asked God, like, what do you want me to talk about? And I heard a man's enemies will be those of his own household. That is on Matthew 10, 36. A man's enemies will be the members of his household. So I have an actual personal story with this. So I felt really led to talk about it because when I asked God what the word was, he flashed back what I went through with people that claim to be Christian, right? People who claim to be godly. And so I'm going to go ahead and share it because I want people to understand that sometimes, well, a lot of the time, we don't really wrestle against flesh and blood. God talks about this. And so the closer and closer you get to God, the more and more that you'll see that we are in a spiritual battle, right? So basically, about a year ago, I think it was about a year ago, I was praying and fasting for God to basically bless my aunt and uncle with money. I'm like, they're always talking about how broke they are, and I felt really bad. And and I love prayer and fasting because I always feel so close to God. And so I was like, okay, Lord, like I'm fasting for them. I'm fasting because I want them to have that financial breakthrough. I want them to be okay because they don't ever have anything. I want them to have more than enough so that they can do for the kingdom of God. And so when I was praying for them, nothing happened, right? Nothing happened for them. Like, in fact, they were calling saying the same thing that they've been saying, right, for 20 years, that they didn't have it, they didn't have enough. Also, I just want to kind of speak on that very briefly. Make sure that you're not speaking death. Remember, there's life and death in the power of the tongue. So what God did, which is very interesting, is he moved me to go live with them. And it was kind of interesting because a lot of people in our family kept saying, like, oh, they're treating us bad, they're doing this, they're doing that. And I kept going, no, not them. Like, they helped me get close to Christ, right? And so it was very, but when I moved in with them, you guys, I kid you not, they started throwing away me and my daughter's food. They started going through our stuff, throwing away our clothes, sniffing our sheets, like sniffing our actual like bed spreads and sheets and stuff. Like, my uncle would go and plant trash on the floor and then go and tell family members that I go throwing trash on his floor. He would tilt pictures in the room and say that I'm doing witchcraft in the room, right? And these are